mean, how many times I gotta do this, bro? Like, you'll see this endlessly on my page, bro. Like 17 UTC. That's 12 o'clock for me. I'm on the East Coast, bro. Like, this has been endlessly happening. It's to the point where my subscribers don't even look at it sometimes. Like, I remember yesterday, or it was on the 31st through to the 1st, and it seemed to relate to the 2nd as well. Obviously, right here. Just endless quakes, bro. I mean, solar flares, like, it's just like X flare after X flare and 7.0 quake after 7.0 quake. Predicted 2 of each in one day. And then just the day before that, it had done 17 UTC solar flares to give you even more witnessing about it. And the magnitude 4.3. What's 4 plus 3? That's 7. What's 4 plus 4? That's 8. I've already been telling you about the 222. It was actually 4 2s because it's got to do with the 2 witnesses. That's why there's 2 4s right there. And then the really 1, you see. And then it's got a golden ratio to it. That's why you got the 7 and a 3 and a 4. It's extremely deep, man. Like, and those are the 2 spirits, the 2 forms of life, spiritual and physical. The 2 olive trees, all that. People that know my page, you already know. And that was also X flare. You can tell by the shape, X shape. Just trying to keep people from panicking, I'm assuming, or whatever. But also trying to hide the truth. But it happened at 17 UTC like usual. It's been happening a lot around 1730. It's probably because I'm a little bit further in than exactly when they started. Because it always seems to happen at 30. Like the other one was at 1830. So it's like an hour later. And then there was another quake, a solar flare as well that happened that he's re-talking about that I showed you at the beginning. It was around around 14, 15 UTC. It was around 14 UTC, so just a little bit before the other one that happened when it was directly over me. This one occurred because it was coming towards me, and it had just reached my area, like with the outer bands of its aura. You see the green part, how it reaches to the East Coast? It could happen at any time, but like the more major ones, like the bigger one out of these 2 happened when it was over top of me. And that's why this one is it's interesting how long these are lasting as well. Like he said, it's a long duration. That one was long duration, and the newer one, the one that happened at 12 noon for me, but 17 UTC. That one was also a long duration. I told you because of the way the power is, it's got a very strong residual effect, and but at the same time, that's only what you're seeing. The actual power is perfectly consistent and actually just continuously grows. So that's pretty much why it's long lasting and all that, and that's why the proton flux just fucking went off the goddamn scale, like off the roof, because it got its update once it went near me. And it's just like, oh, thanks for the upgrade. You can see the real power is actually that red part up there that's pushing down right over top of where I am on the East Coast. Well, you can see it there too, but like, you see this, that red part? Where does it push down, being bowed down towards literally to the East Coast where I am? It's constantly like that, like, predicting it to the day and hour. You know who they say can do that. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about the Rod of Iron after this. I'm going to show you some DBZ that's aligning up with the 31st, and then on the 11th they discovered we got a meditative state that we go into right before death, and then it happens in these cycles, 30 seconds before the heart stops and 30 seconds after, because it knows what's going to happen before it happens. That's why the scripture says those who know God and keep his commandments really won't see death. When I've been destroyed in dreams and other worlds or whatever. Like, I got hit with a planet one time. I didn't even feel it. Like, I didn't see. It just kind of came out of nowhere. It was just like, oh my, just fucking grinding for a long time, and then it blew away half of my body, but the other half was there. That was the closest thing to seeing death I ever saw. This other time I was climbing a beanstalk. I was a little late climbing, and then the flood came, and then right when the flood came, like right before I was gonna see death, feel death and all that, like I just heard singing and all this stuff from when I had this rapture dream where we're all singing. Like, we just felt the positive vibes, the energy of God. We all knew everybody else could do it, and seemed to be on this road. And then we could all hear each other singing. There was one brother in particular, this colored man, I could tell by his voice, like, he sung really good. He stuck out particularly compared to everybody. And all of our positive vibes just uplifted us, and we shot up. You know, and I ended up, as I was starting to levitate, I ended up in a church. Like, just teleported in a church, and I ended up in the middle of the church, and I was rotating. I didn't know the significance of that, and the rainbow colors and all that stuff. That's really just the magnetic field that was being created and all that kind of stuff, and it was repulsing the electrons below us that the Earth is made out of, the grounding effect, and it was just pushing me up and all that kind of stuff, and I was floating up. But I didn't really leave the church. I was just symbology of me being like an object of worship and all that kind of stuff and all that kind of stuff. But nobody was in there. It was just me rotating in the church. But anyway, there's a lot to it. I gotta get on the next part of this. I got a lot of stuff to share.